So today I went on what may have been one of my longest rants ever about functional patterns because Frowdy, the guy that runs it, no, I shouldn't call him Frowdy, his name's Nowdy, that's just mean, he just lies a lot. But he lies loads about things to sell his product of functional patterns, which is a shame because it's like actually not bad, but he just fearmongers and lies to sell it. And I went on this big rant for Instagram, which I thought would be like a 2-minute video to fit in a reel, and it wasn't, it just went on for like 10 minutes. So I'm going to post it here, it is a portrait video, but I think you guys will enjoy it, so yeah, check it out. It has finally happened. The veil has slipped. And I believe we finally have undeniable proof that Nowdy is not really a coaching page, but a meme page. The other day, Nowdy uploaded this video which undoubtedly proves his status as a memer. And we're going to talk through it. Number one, he claims that Bruce Lee's training led him to chronic pain and constant use of painkillers.
Copy somebody who was struggling from chronic pain and was on pain medications.
Which, following a quick Google, is not true. He's just made it up. And I did not research this that deeply because I really don't care that much. But Bruce Lee died from taking a painkiller. He had an allergic reaction. And there's nothing on record of him taking painkillers. So this post starts off a bit, you know he's put us on the back foot. He's not telling us the truth here. He then goes on to claim that doing a cross-legged movement is hypermobility.
Yep, copy that too. He had hypermobility in his legs. Yes, that probably contributed to the lower back problems.
And admittedly, the guy he's showing off does, actively put himself into a cross-leg position, which is an impressive skill, but it's certainly not hypermobility. It's just that he's got good active range of motion. And I'm actually going to zoom you out quickly, because I am not a very mobile man. And you can probably see this chair now. I am not a very mobile man, guys. And boom. Bap. Off the floor like that guy was doing. It's not hypermobility. It's definitely not going to give you fucking back pain. He then follows this up by claiming that dragon flag causes shearing forces in the back.
And look at this. Here it is. Here's this shearing in the lumbar spine that was probably causing most of his issues.
And because there's actually a few definitions. If you go into engineering, they're going to talk about shearing forces. If something's sliding this way, it's the force in the opposite direction. And if you ask people who think about the spine, they're going to say, imagine the spine vertically as I am now, and shearing forces, anything that cut across, sideways, because apparently that's bad for your back. And admittedly, when you do a dragon flag, you're lying sideways, so there's forces going down. I get it, but Nowdy's the king of using fucking shearing forces in his training. He does it all the fucking time, and he does it way worse than a dragon flag ever does, so I'm going to show you. Let's look at these videos. So the first video that I want to show you is this Nowdy doing this weird dynamic punch thing. And what's annoying is it's fucking sick training, but it has got shearing forces, and he's saying a dragon flag's going to explode your back, so why is he doing this? So this guy, he's got this cable, and he's going, BOP! BAP! Like that, right? Now, those of you who have done physics, I did engineering at uni, fun fact, for a year, then I did zoology. But if I'm here, there's a force line on the cable going diagonally down, right? Now, this is a resultant force. That is a force of a component that's pulling down and pulling across. So, your SOHCAHTOA stuff, you got hypotenuse, opposite. That's how you figure out this down one, and then you're going to use cos to figure out this horizontal one. But basically, there's a horizontal force going through your spine, a fucking shearing force that he's slamming into, way more dynamic than a dragon flag, and you'll notice that my lower back here and his lower back is just torqued. So all this horizontal force is just going sideways into a compressed disc, which is the whole thing he doesn't like about shearing forces, but he does it in his training all the time. The next video I want to show you, this fucking slammer jammer spin.
Yeah, running down a dream.
And again, sick exercise. I don't hate the exercise, but slight angle on the cable, admittedly, but still plenty of horizontal forces that he's slammer jammering into. And then finally, I found one of him coaching this client who seems like a very good athlete, but he's getting him to do these windmill leg raises and then pin it sideways. Now, forces again. The force you're fighting against here, gravity pulling down. The guy is at an angle, which means there is a component of shearing force on his back. So Nowdy loves shearing forces. I'm sure all of the functional patterns lover in the comments are like, yeah, but it's fine because it's rotation and you're distributing the force in your muscles. Which you are, I totally agree. I don't think it's actually a problem. But you're doing the exact same thing in a dragon flag. You're doing the exact same thing in a dragon flag, and I can fucking guarantee you there's a lot less shearing forces going on in your spine than max slammer jammer. My fucking slipper came off. I'm getting so into this. But point being, guys, he loves shearing forces. He really likes shearing forces. But he's just memeing. He's memeing. And just to be clear, so we're all on the same page, the shearing forces and the movements he's showing and the dragon flag really aren't an issue, because whilst there is hypothetically force going in that direction of the spine itself is probably actually feeling pretty much zero resultant force, because we're not just rigid bodies that act like independently. Our core would engage. This would take the load. Obviously, gravity's pulling down. That lever does come through here, but it's stopped here. And, you know, there's equal and opposite reactions. So, of course, the spine has to put in some force. But you're not just sliding your discs apart in a dragon flag. Like, that's not how it works. Your muscles stop you, much how you're not sliding your discs apart when you do a bloody slammer jammer. Your muscles hold your core in place. So it's like, it's a meme. He's just making up stuff because he loves shearing forces. He uses them all the time in his training. They're not a bad thing. Now, obviously, I think I'm going a bit insane here, but the next thing we're going to talk about is he says that bent arm planche causes all sorts of things to go on with your lower back. And presumably he is talking about chronic back pain, because that's what he's banging on about with the dragon flag. But
look, here's another great demonstration of things that were happening in his lumbar.
Let's just take it as he says, that bent arm planche causes stuff to go on with your lower back, because it does. That is true. My lower back will engage in a bent arm planche, but a bent arm planche, if I do this, all the strength you need to lift your legs up is the strength it takes me to do that, because you're just resisting body weight, and you stand, and I mean, I'm going to show you a bent arm planche, guys. I'm going to show you. So this is a bent arm planche, guys. You just come down, you bend your arms, and you hold your body off the floor. Like, that's it. And of course my lower back has to engage because I'm lifting my legs up. But it doesn't engage any more than this, because in terms of forces on your lower back, it's the same as doing this. I don't think nowadays actually understands how forces work. May also be an option. But you don't need to engage your lower back in a dangerous way at all. Like, it's absolutely fine. But even if we follow the argument that Naudi has, that it does engage your lower back and make it do all sorts of stuff, Naudi loves sprinting, which is going to engage your lower back infinitely more than a bent arm planche. Because when you're sprinting, you're not just doing this, which is a low force, you're slammer jammering max glute and hamstring. And no, sprinting doesn't come from your lower back, but everything's connected. So if I max my hamstring and I max my glute, what does that pull on? My fucking lower back, it's attached to it, which means my lower back pulls as hard as my glute and hamstring. So if bent arm planche was dangerous for your lower back and made it do all sorts of things, sprinting would explode your lower back. But Naudi loves sprinting. So it's, guys, I'm out of breath. I'm getting so stressed by this. It's a meme. It's not real. It's all a meme. But what I will say, and I'll give Naudi his credit here, at the end of the video, he says if you train like Bruce Lee, that you will be like Bruce Lee. And I take that as nothing but a compliment, because I would love to be as athletic and strong as Bruce Lee.
Copy all of it, and you're probably going to end up in the same place that Bruce was a long time ago.
So Naudi, from one memer to another, congratulations. I've finally seen through the veil. But I will admit, you had me r/whooshed for years. But now your secret's out. You've taken the memes too far.